What do we have here? 12 red arrows. 11, sorry. 11 red arrows, not 12. 11 reds. It's quite nice. Thought I'll start the show, get a bit of prep work from all the blues, as they're called. Got 11 red arrows here at RAF Coningsby. Yeah, this is Coningsby, by the way. And you can also see the Typhoons. Welcome to Ted's home, Ted HQ. And this is indeed RAF Coningsby, Bomber County once more. And there's a lot going on at the moment, prep-wise. Thought we'll give you all the rundown, all the prep that goes into making this wonderful, wonderful celebration of the King's birthday, the birthday of the British sovereign. And something we don't see very clearly is all the prep work that goes on with the Reds at their ASP. We get to see the Typhoons quite often. There's Texans parked up, and yes, like I said, we've got 11 red arrows here. There are 11. Many people didn't know this. There are actually 11 in total. 9 take care of the displays and flypasts. Although for this year, they will display as a 7 and have 9 in flypasts. However, they can have 11. And don't forget, although Reds 1 to 9 make up the display team as such in the flying displays, there's Red 10, which is the supervisor and also carries the flies the photographer as well for supervisionary purposes as well, and of course Officer Commanding Wing Commander Sasha Nash. So she too has her red arrow. She is a very experienced tornado pilot as well. So it's pretty cool, right? All 11, the whole team, the Wing Commander as well. Something that in World War II they tried to limit the higher ranked officers and commanders. There was a dreadful incident at RAF Upward where the commander of the squadron and the commander of the station sadly were killed in action, and that kind of brought an end to, you know, having that many higher ranked commanders in any one mission. So that was what I read once upon a time doing the studies of the lost airfields from RAF Upward. If you're interested in historical airfields, then do check out our lost airfields episodes. You can split that up and categorize it like we've done in our playlists on YouTube. Welcome, my name's Nikos. I'm your cameraman, historian and commentator, and for those that are new, welcome to the show. So those wearing the blue suits are part of the Red Arrows team itself. They are called the Blues. And of course, there's also the team called the Circus, and they too have Circus numbered as well, 1 to 11 as such, or 1 to 10 plus the now the Circus. They are 10 aircraft engineering technicians, and of course a photographer as well, known as a visual communicator. They're chosen to form a team known as the Circus, and this is probably who we're looking at the moment. Let's big shout out to the Circus. Now what that means is that Circus 1 will be paired with Red 1, Circus 2 paired with Red 2. It's like a personal engineer to do the prep work on their own individual aircraft before the main engineering team turn up as well. Now the Circus members are each allocated, like I said, to a specific pilot for the summer display season, and work on these jets when away from RAF Waddington, which they are now, which is of course the team's home, which has been the team's home since 2022. There are occasions, based on operational requirements, the Circus fly in the passenger seat of the Hawk as well, to and from airfields, and service the aircraft before and after the displays. After the season's complete, they will return to their normal team duties. It is a bit of a unique experience for them. Flying regularly in fast jet means that these are some of the most sought after engineering and technical jobs of the Royal Air Force, and there they are. So I'm gonna say that these are probably the Circus. If not, no worries, at least now that you're aware. Let's big shout out to them. Circus 1 is Flight Lieutenant Ben Knight. Circus 2 is AS1T Jordan Cullen. We've got Circus 3 Corporal Adam Winfield. You've also got Circus 4 Corporal Liam Bendel. Circus 5 is Sergeant Ashley Croft, and Circus 6 is Corporal Henry Stevens. Circus 7 is Sergeant David Halls, and Circus 8 is Corporal Lily Holford, and Circus 9 is Corporal Damon Wilson. Circus 10 is AS1 Emily Muir, and Circus 11 is Flight Sergeant Stephen Lowe. So a big shout out to them. It is a very important role that they play, and the Blues as such are the engineering side of things. And without them, these Red Arrow Hawk T Mark 1As would not be airborne and would not be able to be serviceable to fly. Their engineering technicians, support staff, they're all headed by a SENGO, or a senior engineer officer, along with management team of 2 junior engineering. Got warrant officers, you've got 2 flight sergeants, there's mechanical technicians, there's the die team, avionics technicians, weapons technicians, logistics, mechanical transport. A lot goes in, and of course we've got the pilots as well, and not to mention of course the survival equipment technicians and engineering support flight as well. So there's so much that goes on. We always think about the flying and the pilots, but let's give a big credit and a bit of love to our ground crew there. So they're the Blues, ladies, gents, teddy bears, and an introduction to the Circus, in case you weren't aware. Now, the team this year for 2026, Red 1, 3rd year running as a team leader. Red 1 is the team leader, but if we break that down, let's just welcome our new officer commanding the Red Arrows, is Wing Commander Sasha Nash. She is a very experienced Tornado pilot, and it's her first year. She got a promotion when she was in her role of Chief of Staff in the Display Wing headquarters, which is a group at RAF Waddington, and they're alongside the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight and the Red Arrows. They also managed the Bbmf in that HQ, and of course the Typhoon. Now, her career, her initial officer training in 2006, she was streamed to fly fast jets. So she did the Tucano before the Texan was out, and then the Hawk T1, and then she was selected to fly the Tornado GR4. So she served with 31 Squadron at Marham, and also became a qualified flying instructor for the Tucano at RAF Linton-on-Ouse. And RAF Linton-on-Ouse, from reading lots about the Red Arrows, you'll find Tornado and Linton-on-Ouse sort of are quite inseparable in the past. But that's Sasha Nash. She joined the Royal Air Force in 2005. So for any females out there that are thinking about an RAF career, look what we have here: an officer commanding, ex-Tornado pilot, a qualified flying instructor, and now an officer commanding the Red Arrows. I mean, that is just amazing. Well done, Wing Commander Sasha Nash. Red 1, the legend, that is indeed the team leader. Red 1 is this year is again Bondi. The 2026 season is John's 3rd year as team leader, so I think this is his 6th season, his 6th year. There is a maximum that you could be with the Red Arrows. Yes, it's 3. However, to be a team leader, you're going to need to have those 3 years in the experience, and then after that you could potentially become Red 10 and more. It depends on your rank and role, etc. But John, or Bondi as he's known, he joined the Royal Air Force in 2006, so a year after Sasha Nash. He became and selected to become a Creamy. Now that's a romantic name for a qualified flying instructor on the Tucano. Bondi was here at Coningsby as well, flying the Typhoon FGR4. He was also a Tucano display pilot in 2012 as well. He was born in Essex, attended the Chigwell School as well, and he was a member of East Midlands University's Air Squadron flying the Grob Tutor. He joined the Red Arrows as team leader and Red 1 in 2024. So this is his 3rd season as Red 1. Red 2 for the 2026 season is Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. Now, Rob joined the Royal Air Force in 2006. He was also here at Coningsby flying with Free Fighter Squadron with the Typhoon FGR-4. I feel like we're at Waddington, me giving you all this as well. This is Rob's 2nd season. Also making history is Red 3, because last year when Flight Lieutenant Andrew McEwen joined the Red Arrows and is Red 3 this year, he made a bit of history because he's the only Red Arrows to have come from a 5th generation fighter, which is of course the F-35B. Red 4 is Squadron Leader Chris McCann. And Chris McCann joined the Royal Air Force in 2005. He also spent time flying the Tornado GR4 with 617 and 9 Squadron at Lossiemouth and Marham between. He also was posted to fly the Hawk T1 as an aggressor in the 100 Squadron, who sadly are disbanded. And yeah, he was bit of a legend there. Red 5 as well is Flight Lieutenant Dustin Wales. Dustin Wales joined the Royal Air Force in 2009, flown Tutor, Tucano, Hawk T2s, and began his operational conversion to the Typhoon in 2015. He's also spent time with 41 Test and Evaluation Squadron, which are stationed here as well. He was actually born in Zimbabwe as well, and he was a member of 1409 Concert Air Cadets. Red 6 is Flight Lieutenant George Hobday. He joined in 2014, again another ex-Linton-on-Ouse pilot. After flying and passing his fast jet training on the Tucano with 72 Squadron, who are here. He went on to become a qualified flying instructor, remained on the Tucano training students, and spent time at Leeming before completing his Typhoon operational conversion in 2020, joining 11 Fighter Squadron here at Coningsby. And George joined the Red Arrows for the 2024 season. Red 7 is Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. He joined in 2007, posted to 31 Squadron at Marham, flying again, of course, the Tornado GR4. There's a bit of a pattern going on here. In 2021, Ollie moved back to Marham to undertake a ground role in the F-35 Integrated Training Centre as well. Ollie joined the Red Arrows in 2023. He's a Yorkshireman, educated at St. Peter's School in the city. And Red 8, ladies, gents, teddy bears. I'm going to be a little bit biased. My favourite, Ted's personal favourite, an ex Red 8 for the season is a former Typhoon display pilot for 2023. Call sign back then again, Anarchy 1, flying blackjack, raised lots of money with Ted with the Head Up charity, and he is the one and only when I get to his name. Joined the Royal Air Force in 2007. He is of course Flight Lieutenant Matt Brighty, and he's again a experienced Typhoon Tornado and Typhoon pilot, of course. He joined 29 Squadron in 2020, if I remember. And Matt also spent time doing a few other things that were memorable in his career. Matt also flew by carrying Wing Commander Guy Gibson's wings brevet in the commemorative flypast over Lincoln, and to participate in the HM Queen Elizabeth II's, our late beloved Platinum Jubilee flypast in 2022, if you remember that as well. Excellent. He performed nearly 50 displays in the Typhoon. Red 9 is Flight Lieutenant Christopher Dean. He's been on exchange. He's been flying F-18s with the US Navy. I know, right? Can you believe that? He's been over there. I know. He's Royal Air Force. What I'm saying is that you can, between Royal Air Force and the United States, you can actually do an exchange, like exchange students. You know what I mean? But Flight Lieutenant Christopher Dean, Red 9, joined the Royal Air Force in 2009. Again, Linton-on-Ouse, flying the Tucano. Again, Tornado GR4 pilot, flying with 9 Squadron at Lossiemouth and Marham as well. And he was lucky enough to be selected to fly with the US Navy, flying the FA-18E and F Super Hornet with the US Navy's VFA 122 I know, out of NAS Lemoore, California, West Coast. I think it's West Coast. Aspen, sort me out. He's born in Reading, Berkshire. And Red 10 this year, I believe it's his first year as Red 10 supervisor, is indeed squadron leader Stuart Roberts. And I believe as a supervisor, I think you have to be a squadron leader. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. First year is Red 10, of course. He joined the Royal Air Force in 2009. Guess what? He flew the Tucano and was at Valley and no, didn't fly the Tornado. He flew the Typhoon FGR4. So he's breaking my pattern here. But he's flown in his time with number 11 Fighter Squadron here at Coningsby. He was selected to join 12 Squadron as well that are based here. And Stuart joined the Red Arrows in 2022. He was part of the 60th Diamond display campaign. He was actually born in RAF Wegberg in Germany. There we go. There we go. A little build up for you with our 11 Hawk T1As. There they are. Gonna need a wider lens here, Teddy. Look at this. Yeah. So I hope we're all well and good. Thank you very much for joining us today. Now, I've given a bit of love to the Reds. Let's see what's going on here. There's our good old friends at Valley. These are Texans. They're a trainer from RAF Valley, which we've seen. And my memory serves me. They are the Texan T1. They are a Beechcraft Texan T6 to be exact. And of course, powered by the one and only Pratt & Whitney PT6 engine. They are with 72 Squadron, who gave us a wonderful... Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pan this over in a minute. Yeah, so we got the Texans as well. They are powered by my favourite engine, the PT6. It is a beautiful engine. And then, sorry, I haven't given any love to our Typhoons, man, but I will get to them. There's our lovely Typhoon. These are FGR4s. Stands for Fighter, Ground Attack and Reconnaissance Mark IV. When they first come out in their Tranche 1, Tranche 1 is the sort of build of airframe, the age of the airframe. They're originally an F2. We did have a T1, they were the two-seater. You see, they go up in marks, but do not get confused with the Tranche. They're marks, so we did have a Typhoon T1. It was a Tranche 1. We also had a Tranche 1 with F2s, because when the Typhoon first came out with the Royal Air Force, they actually arrived at Warton Aerodrome 2003 with 17 Squadron. The role was a dedicated fighter, but they then developed all the goodies and payload and all the fancy weapons to make it a multi-role, which is why the T3 was made next in the Tranche 2 onwards, okay? And then they brought out a Mark IV, which is a multi-role in the Tranche 2, and then of course they brought out the Tranche 3, which makes it an FGR4. So they go up in numbers. A bit like the Harrier, there was like GR7, 9, etc. They go up in numbers. But over here, it's only AB910. Look at this. A Mark V B-Wing Spitfire of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. I was a bit worried about the wind. Ted, where are you, mate? Sorry, I haven't really given any... Ted's getting all patriotic. Because Ted is a positive bear, and you know what? It's time to get patriotic. Oh gosh, and try not to fly unrestricted without authorization by tower. Let me just... You can see it being windy. Ted's all patriotic. He's loving life. We've got our flag on the windscreen like we normally do. It is time to get your flags out, ladies, gents, teddy bears. It is indeed Troop in the Colour. A day to celebrate the British sovereign. It is a day to remember. And to celebrate, I'll give you all the details about Troop in the Colour. Yes, it is... Yeah, technically the king or the queen, if she's in power. They do have two birthdays. They do. Their actual birthday, but also the birth of the sovereign. So Ted. This is Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby. Ted's flown in a few of the fly pasts. Ted has actually flown over Buckingham Palace, I think about 2 or 3 times, Ted, haven't you? Ted was actually in the CR formation. I know. And that was for the coronation, wasn't it? That was the CR. And also Ted flew in the memorial flight in 2024 as well. So quite an amazing time. Plenty going on. Good and well, ladies, gents, teddy bears, welcome to your one and only Ted Coningsby channel. Oh yeah. Right, let's see what the Reds are doing. They're I think the C-47's been pulled out as well. So if you just joined us, welcome. Don't forget to do your checks as well, do your pre-flight checklist by giving us a thumbs up. It's nice to see the all the prep going on. So welcome to the show. Lots of you tuned in. Let's get more viewers. So you can help by hitting the like button, tapping the like button, clicking the like button, double clicking the like button, whatever it is that you need. Actually, no, don't double click it. Doesn't that make it come off? I think it does. So just click the like button, give us a thumbs up. It does help. The reason why YouTubers say that, it does help if all our viewers and subscribers are hitting that like button on the get-go, then YouTube thinks, well, if it's good enough for subscribers, it may be good enough for other people with similar interests. Let's ride. So, what's been pulled out over here? Looking good. Well, to me that looks like a Hurricane due to the wing profile. Look at the ground crew. This is AB910, loads of history there. That's actually got an aerial victory with a unique, and I mean unique squadron. That was a very, very unique squadron. It was one of the Eagle squadrons, and it has an aerial victory to its name. All the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight aircraft fighters have been involved in something or other. They are genuine, authentic veterans that are still flying. Museum without walls, ladies, gents and teddy bears. A museum without walls. Look at this. What a sight that is. 11 Reds. Right, let's pick on this one. Nope. Maybe, yeah. RAF Coningsby is home to 5 Typhoon squadrons. Of course, the very nature and the very role that Coningsby plays is a very important one. While all of us are going to work or outside here enjoying the views, going on holidays in the UK or going to work, going shopping, you know, your skies are protected from here, RAF Coningsby and RAF Lossiemouth. These are called QRA stations, quick reaction alert. And this is QRA station number 2, south. Number 1, north, that's RAF Lossiemouth. But of course, this is of course where they take off from. There are men and women right now, 365, 24/7, doesn't matter if it's their birthday, Christmas, whatever, they're ready to scramble and protect the skies that sometimes we do take for granted. So you could say, literally, the very footsteps are still followed by today's men and women. The same role that they did in World War II, ready to scramble, they're doing that today. And it wouldn't be fair, of course, without mentioning RAF Bulmer, RAF Swanwick and High Wycombe. They're the radar side of things, those that actually monitor aircraft flight plans, flight paths. Anything goes a bit weird, shall I say, anything not got its transponders on. That's right, if you've turned your transponders off, you are asking for trouble, which could set off a QRA. Obviously, if you're flying, please don't turn it off, because not only is that an issue, you may end up crashing into another aircraft, and it wouldn't end very nice. And of course, there is a third QRA station, and that's at the Falkland Islands, the British Islands of the Falklands. That's right, at Mount Pleasant, with 1435 flight. And there is one more station. RAF Bryce Norton will also scramble a Voyager, which is our air-to-air refueling tanker, should the Typhoons on QRA need more endurance. And yes, the Ted Coningsby footage was seen yesterday. Did anyone watch the BBC Two's The One show? That's right, you would have noticed Ted's footage on there. James Beatwell, how you doing? Thank you very much. Lots of support here today, absolutely incredible. Gary as well, thank you so much. So plenty of reds, 11 of them in total. That is actually the full red arrows, all 11. Oi, oi. Big shout out to everyone, hope we're all good. Margot, Alan Gates, and interesting, Matt, that you mentioned that as well, because that story is on our next Lost Airfields episode, which is coming out in August. It's a little bit more harder to produce, but I will get on to making more, because I know you love our Lost Airfields episodes. But that story, the Brown Stiegler story, is something we covered in 2024, our Christmas special. Matt, if you want to know more about that story, have a look at our Christmas special. But saying that, in August I've got a Lost Airfields which features that story as well. Yes, definitely. Bex, happy flight today as well. Who's flying? Hope we're all good, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Welcome to a special day. Now, the Troop in the Colour, a military ceremony that has been held to mark the official birthday of the British Sovereign for more than 260 years or so now. There's over 1,400 parading soldiers, 200 horses and 400 musicians. They all come together each June in a great display of military procession, horsemanship and fanfare to mark the Sovereign's official birthday. The streets are lined with crowds waving flags like we are doing, and the parade moves from Buckingham Palace and down to the Mall to Horse Guards Parade, alongside members of the royal family on horseback in carriages. The display closes with the Royal Air Force fly past, watched by members of the royal family from Buckingham Palace balcony. Once the Sovereign has arrived at the Horse Guards Parade in Whitehall, they're all greeted by a royal salute and carry out an inspection of the troops, who are fully trained and operational soldiers wearing the ceremonial uniform of red tunics and the, bearskin hats. After the military bands have performed, the escorted regimental colour or flag is processed down the ranks of the soldiers. So there's over 100 words of command that are used by the officer in command of the parade to direct the several hundred soldiers. Once the foot guards have marched past the Sovereign, they ride back to Buckingham Palace at the head of soldiers before taking the salute again at the palace from the dice. And the Sovereign is then joined by the members of the royal family on balcony at the Buckingham Palace as well to watch the fly past by the Royal Air Force. There's also a gun salute, I think it's 41, fired from Green Park to mark the occasion as well. So we've got all that as well, which is if you're in London or in the vicinity there to watch that, that's a little bit of background for you as well with that. So it's quite exciting to see that as well. Also, there's going to be another special shout out and a congratulations to special. Door open. Hang on a second. There are too many to mention, but what I would like to say is a congratulations to all personnel who are associated with the Royal Air Force who have been recognised in the King's Birthday Honours List. And every year there's like a list of honours. There's a whole article. I was going to name them, but the list is massive. And I don't want to pick out a few names, but there's also promotions to the military division of the Most Honourable Order of the Bath. There's also promotions and appointments to the military division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. You've also got promotions in and appointments to the civilian division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. There's also Deputy Chief of Air Staff Commendations. There's Air and Space Commander Commendations. So congratulations to them. There's Team Commendations. There's Commander Cyber and Specialist Operations Command Commendations. Chief of General Staff Commendation. There's also a Commander Field Army Commendation. Commander SJC Commendation. There's the Command Commendation and the Royal Air Force AOC and 2-star Commander Commendations. There's loads, and there's also team commendations for that. There's also Air Officer Commanding Number 2 Group Commendations. It does go for quite the number, 11 group commendations, 22 group. You've also got Assistant Chief of Air Staff Commendations, Commander UK Space and Command Commendations. So there's a lot of people to congratulate, and a big shout out to all those who are serving that made that list. And there's also an Armed Forces Operational Honours List, a Joint Operations Commendation, Joint Commanders Commendation. Wow, it is impressive list. I'll tell you, there's a lot of names on there, so a big congratulations to all of them. a little intro in what we've got here. So let's go over here. So what we've got there, all the way from RAF Valley. So if you are going to be stream to fast jet, you will come to RAF Valley. Once you're done at RAF Cranwell, once you fly the Prefect, you will, and your stream is to fast jet, then you will come to RAF Valley with 72 Squadron, and this is your new aircraft, and it's a single turboprop. It is the Beechcraft Texan T1, or as it's officially known, it is a Beechcraft Texan T6C, but in the Royal Air Force it's designated as the Texan T1, or Mark 1 in the Royal Air Force. And is a trainer, and some specs. Got a height of 3.25 meters, wingspan 10.2, so quite shorter than the wingspan than the Spitfire. Got a max speed of about 320 miles per hour, 31,000 feet maximum altitude, and it is a two-seater, is a trainer. But what I love about it is the fact that it's got quite a few things. So first of all, it features a glass cockpit with multiple function displays, a head-up display, 2 avionics computers, and the hands-on throttle and stick, the HOTAS controls, which will get them used to for later with the HOTAS on the fast jets that we have, such as the F-35B and the Typhoon. It's designed for versatile training. It is a top speed of, like I said, 316 knots. That's Mach 0.67, and it can take some G's, a +7 to a minus. Not that you would want to do it, but it's there. It's a minus 3.5 G. But what I love about the this particular one is the fact that it's one of several aircraft or frames to feature the one and only Pratt & Whitney PT6 engine. It is amazing. It is a reverse flow, and you can tell it's got a PT6 by the big bore exhaust. Can you see that? There's two right on the nose, so you can see that big bore sticking out, and it is quite a clever engine, and I'll show you it. I haven't shown you the and yes, it is on the Shadow R1 at Waddington. So let's have a look what's going on here. How does that work? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll show you the Typhoon engine, the EJ200 engine. This is what normally happens, okay? You've got air going in the inlet, okay? Meets compressors. The Typhoon's got a 3-stage fan, so it compresses air at low pressure. So these are low pressure compressors. And the Typhoon's EJ200 engine has a 5-stage high pressure compressor, so it compresses it even more. To give you that number, it's 26:1 is the compression ratio, okay? So what I'm saying is, the air gets sucked in and it's going this way, all right? It combusts, okay? So this is quite good actually, because I'm going to show you the PT6 engine in just a sec. So air gets sucked in, okay? You have the low pressure compressors, then high pressure, and that high pressure air, now, which is now 26 atmospheric pressures, gets mixed in with fuel. The reason why you have compressed air is it's a lot more combustible, and then bang, you do have turbines. Now these turbines, what they do, the purpose of them, that kinetic energy powers the compressors. There's a high pressure turbine. I've actually cut it in half, okay, to make it visible, but there's a turbine here which moves from that kinetic energy, actually powers the 5-stage high pressure compressor, and then there's a low pressure turbine just here, all right, which powers the 3 massive low pressure compressors, okay? And that's thrust basically. But then of course afterburn or reheats has a different section. The reheat chamber here for reheat is basically raw fuel just sprayed into hot gases. There's no more compressed air, and that's the benefit with compressed air. You're making it a lot more combustible, okay? That's why it's called a reheat. You're reheating it, or afterburn, you're burning something after, okay? But it uses 30% more fuel. Hey, while we're on the subject of EJ200 engines, it goes from 13,500 pounds of thrust dry, or with reheat 20,200, and that's each. Right, so now you kind of get the gist that the air's going this way, gets squashed, mixed in with fuel, bang. Right, let's have a look. Hello, that's a nice it's Is it an MD-11? Right, let's have a look at the PT6 engine then, which is, let me have a look at the PT6 engine, because it's quite remarkable. Now that you know kind of like how a jet engine works. I won't be long. Aha. So again, another engine. This is my generic engine. The low pressure compressors are always big, all right, and then can you see it gets narrower and narrower for high pressure. You're squeezing it, okay? Same again, combustion. You got your turbines powering their designated, you know, and then bang, right? But here's a PT6 engine. Ta-da! Right, let's see what's going on. So, what is going on here? Well, first of all, this is a Pratt & Whitney PT6, which is in the Shadow R1 and these Texans, okay? They're not Tucanos. We did have Tucanos once upon a time. But this is actually a reverse flow. What's going on here? Now, what I've done, this is like looking at a bird's eye view, okay? So there's the exhaust. Okay, so we're looking at the plane from above, all right? Does that make sense? Okay, that's why the exhausts look like they're coming from the top and bottom. So we're actually got a bird's eye view of the engine to make it a lot easier. So it's called a reverse flow. What does that mean? And guess what? Something I didn't mention, okay? The air that goes on the outside of the engine, that's the bypass. It doesn't actually go through. There's a reason for bypass. A lot more better airflow. It's basically makes it a little bit more quiet, cool, and I guess it has cooling. I guess it can cool the engine down a little bit that way, right? But yeah, it's better airflow. But this doesn't have a bypass. Right, let's see what's going on and why is it called a reverse flow and what am I going on about? Right, so basically the air goes in. There's a massive, I don't know if we can see it. Can we see the intake? Shall we look at the intake? Let's have a look. There is an intake there where the air goes in, just underneath, right? So the air is going in, but it's called a reverse flow. It all makes sense in a moment. The air gets sucked in through the inlets underneath, okay? Does that make sense? It's getting sucked in from underneath, but it's called a reverse flow because the front of the engine is at the back, okay? Does that make sense? And it's gonna work its way this way towards the nose. So we've established you need air, you need to mix that air with, you need to compress it, you need to mix it with fuel, ignite it, bang, combust it, and then, right? But watch this. So the air goes in, just like we said about jet engines, but this time it's coming in from the back and working its way this way. It does have compressors. It's got a low pressure axial compressor. You can have 3 or 4 stages, it depends on the size of the engine, and I would have thought that the Beechcraft Shadow R1 has probably got all 4. And it's got, I've put here a little 2-stage compressor here, look, can you see that? I put 3-stage in total, and it's squeezing it, okay? And it squeezes it to 10 bar of pressure, right? Our Typhoon was 26, okay? So again, same principle, air gets sucked in, it's still getting squeezed, but what's going on here? Well, this is actually called a centrifugal compressor. What it does, it compresses air and pushes it 180 degrees either side, all right? So you've got your compressed air. On the PT6, it's 10 bars to 1, all right? That's the ratio. So you still got compressed air, and then it works its way in the combustion chamber. You got spray nozzles here, and the air is quite hot here. You know when you pump a football or your bike, the pump gets hot? That's the same principle with compressing air. So it combusts in here, and then you've got here, all right, you've got here a single stage axial flow turbine, all right? Remember the turbine, once it ignites, you've got your turbine, and it's a high pressure compressor turbine, and it's mounted on the same shaft as the compressor stages, because I want you to pay attention, look, this section here is actually not connected to this section, which is, although the back, actually the front. So same principle, air, compress, bang, suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. So it's blowing this way. Now this is really revvy. You're talking about 39,000 RPM here, and then it meets these two here, which is a free power turbine. It's called free power turbine because it's not actually getting powered. It's getting powered by that kinetic energy, and it's pushing that at 35,000 RPM. Can you believe that? That is way too quick for a propeller. In fact, I don't know what a propeller would do. It'll probably wear it out and blow it up. I don't know. So what happens, you actually reduce that to 1700 and 2200 RPM. That's massive. And you do that by having a 2-stage planetary reduction gearbox. Now, this is the clever bit. Check this out, right? What is actually doing the powering of this? Do you know what it is? It's the kinetic energy being pushed. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, watch this. I'm going to show you a demonstration of our propeller. Oh, as it's windy, I want you to imagine that is the power, okay? That's the power of, and there you go, look, I'm not actually doing anything. I'm mimicking the kinetic energy of the, look at that, of the combustion. Look at it. So that is how it's spinning. It's spinning from the kinetic energy by the combustion. Isn't that just so cool? So there you go. And also one more thing, this part of the engine and this side, they're all spinning in different directions. Why? Well, if it all span the same way, our little Texan will jackknife. It's so torquey, which is probably why you have like a contra-turning propellers on the, let's say, the A400. It's just too torquey. So this is why it's too torquey to have them all spinning in the same direction. So again, that kinetic energy, that's how the propeller's spinning from that. It is really remarkable. Right, so now you've got that bit, and you had a little talk about the Typhoon as well. So that's our trainer with a really, really remarkable engine. Right, so let's see what else we got. So we've also got, there's AB910, that's our Spitfire. She is a Mark V B wing. So she's got the additional cannons there. And guns. There were different Mark V's.
Got it.
And she sounds beautiful as well. This is the Mark V B-wing, and you can tell because it's got a total, well, it's got the two 20mm Hispano Mark II guns that stick out, and it's also got 4 303 Browning machine guns as well. It's a pretty delicious aircraft. It's got a lot of history. It's got its City of Winnipeg markings as well. Like I said, she does have an aerial victory to her credit. And after a major overhaul, just like the Lancaster's having, she was back over at Coningsby, AB910. She's one of a handful of airworthy Spitfires flying for the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. We've even got PM631, the PR photo reconnaissance version, Mark 19. We've also got the classic PZ350, the legendary oldest airframe, actually at Coningsby, I guess, that's flying. Served in the Battle of Britain, beautiful Mark 1. But AB910, this one you got on the screens there, she is powered by a 27-litre Rolls-Royce V12 Merlin 45 engine, which is rated at 1,470 horsepower. Now, Spitfires do have, unless they're clipped in wings, they do have actually a bigger wingspan than the Typhoon. I know, right? By about, I can't remember how many centimetres. It's about 10 or 20 centimetres. It's quite funny when you think about it, when you hear commentators making that little mistake when they say the little wings of the Spitfire, but I know what they mean. They mean the wing area. They are small, but they are actually wider than the Typhoon. But anyway, built in 1941 in July, built at the Supermarine factory at Castle Bromwich. And a month later, she went to serve with Treble 2 Squadron at North Weald. And a couple of months after that, in October, she served with 130 Squadron at RAF Perranporth. And that was right up until June 1942. Now, this is where she really excelled, because she served with 133 Squadron. Ladies, gents, teddy bears, this was one of 3 Eagle Squadrons. It is a very special squadron, because we're talking about, around 200 United States, men trained to become pilots, but did something that was illegal. They left to serve with another country's air force. And that was technically illegal, but they wanted to fight for freedom. And I believe most of them did get some training in Canada and then went to Britain. And with the help of others, they formed Eagle Squadrons. There were 3 in total. And just without sort of going off topic, but then losing the whole sense of things with AB910, what happened when the United States entered the war and when they came here, there was a bit of a problem because they now had to literally serve for the United States Army Air Force, because of the fact that and there was a bit of a problem because the RAF were about to lose 3 squadrons. It was actually with the 4th fighter group that they went to, and they were going to split them up, and they were like, no. And there was only 4 original of the 250 or so men. They were pardoned, and they were allowed to wear their Eagle Squadron badge on their United States Army Air Force uniform. There were only 4 of the original that actually made it, but there were some legends that were born, and they were flying this with 133. The 3 squadrons, guess what? Yeah, I know, they are part of the 4th fighter wing today. The 334th, 335th, and 336. I know, Seymour Johnson, right? How amazing is that, to even think that that legacy is going? It is absolutely amazing. And they were the most experienced. They had the most air-to-air victories. They had, if you think about it, they started the war before the United States entered. It was it's just absolutely, it just really does hit home. And not to mention also to mention 71 Squadron as well, and 121 and 133. And like I said, they went on to become the squadrons that we know today, the 334th, 335th and the 336, and they do have their same nicknames they had then. It is amazing, and I know I've gone off topic with AB910, but at least you got to know a little bit. I did cover their story at Curtin in Lindsay Lost Airfield, if you want to check that out. But she had 1 aerial victory with one of the very Eagle Squadrons, 133. It was actually a DO-217, the only aerial victor of AB910, and this was by Flight Sergeant Dixie Alexander. September 1942, she then switched to 242 Squadron at Turnhouse. July 1943, served with 416 Royal Canadian Air Force, RAF Tangmere. And January 1944, she served with the markings she's wearing today. You can't see it from here, obviously, but she does have Alpha Echo of the City of Winnipeg, number 402 Squadron at Royal Canadian Air Force. And that was at RAF Digby, not far away from here. On D-Day, on the 6th of June 1944, she carried out patrol missions over Normandy. July 1944, she then switched roles and served with number 53 Operational Training Unit, RAF Ilblestow. And of course, Valentine's Day 1945, the unexpected flight of Women's Auxiliary Air Force Margaret Ida Horton. Ladies, gents, teddy bears, can you believe this very aircraft on Valentine's Day, I know, 1945, She was about to take off, but there was a bit of a problem. Rough weather procedure. It was a thing. They were doing that quite a lot because of the narrow landing gear. I mean, you can see it quite clearly here. They carried out what's called rough weather procedures, literally having a ground crew on the back, just holding the weight down on the tail. Chocks away, however, the pilot failed to realise that he still had Margaret on the back of this Spitfire and took off with Margaret on the back. However, with her fingers, well, I would say trapped or hanging on for dear life, literally, Margaret was like, what the actual salmon is going on here? She took off, nearly blacked out, but obviously the pilot realised that the elevator wasn't working very well because Margaret was literally hanging onto it and had her hands gripped inside into the gaps of the elevator. And this is true, I did get this verified. Yes, Tower knew about it, and yes, they did not inform the pilot that you've got someone on the back of your Spitfire, mate. So the pilot, realising that his Spitfire had issues, on the way back to land, Margaret nearly passed out, she said, and when she was just about to land, her beret came off. Now, this is quite apt with today. She actually jumped off to go and get it. She was literally on the ground then, but still, it was very dangerous to just jump off on the runway to go and retrieve her beret. She grabbed her beret and went in the quarters to have a fag, she said, and a cup of tea. And they did say, why did you go back after surviving that, jump off the aircraft to go and get your beret? Well, the thing is, it was the King that issued berets, and it was a forfeit of 2 weeks' wages should you lose it. I know, amazing, right? How cool is that? May 1945, she then served with 527 Squadron at RAF Digby, and in between 46 and 55, she was then privately owned, and in 1955 to 65, she was actually purchased with Vickers Armstrong Limited, and in 1965, she was in the hands of the wonderful Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. She's one of 5 airworthy Spitfires, and we do have some movement on our Typhoons over here. Christian Holtzel, how you doing, man? Good to see you on here. Guten Tag, watching from Germany. How you doing? Christopher Carr, what up? Alan Gates, Aspen, what up? And if you are loving the background of every aircraft, I can tell you literally everything about all these aircraft that are here. Then tune into all our shows. We do come here often. Yes, do you come here often? Yes, I do. Just a quick one. Can I just do a big shout out to Steve in the burger van over here behind me. He's an absolute legend, feeding everyone and keeping everyone fed and watered, literally. Breakfast, brunch and lunch. And he's here today, just like myself. So a big shout out to Steve, the burger man, who's actually sporting a Top Ted t-shirt. He's got a Ted, yes, he has a Ted Coningsby t-shirt. He wasn't bribed, he's a Ted fan, bless him. So thank you to all the crew as well, all the regulars as well. Big shout out to all of you. We are in the official Spotters car park, and I hope we're all feeling well and buzzing for what we're about to see. It was a lovely surprise to see the 11 red arrows. I was counting them, thinking, I think there's more than 9 here, but there we go. Right, I'm gonna grab a quick cup of tea. tell him that.
I was just running with the little flag earlier, so it's so sweet.
Oh, he's good, he loves it.
I love Bbmf.
Yeah.
I know there's like a certain amount of airworthy Spitfires left. Didn't realise she was one
here.
Yeah.
There's about, I think there's about 70 in the world,
Yeah.
but only 5 here that are airworthy.
Yeah.
Hello. I don't know. I don't know. About maybe around 12. Oh, it's a bit windy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm having to put the hood up. The hood up is on
Windy up there.
It is.
last year.
Oh, right.
On my 22nd.
Mm.
Tomorrow's my 23rd, so.
Oh, lovely. Oh, right, yeah,
so
it worked out last year was your birthday for this.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was on HMS Belfast.
Oh, right.
We literally got a fly past going over the HMS Belfast.
Nice.
Can't wait.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Steady bears, hope we're all good. There's a lot of movement going on. There's the pilot there doing their external checks, I think. Go away for a few minutes, the canopies start opening. Let's have a look at Bbmf quickly. You can see the differences there straight away on the Spitfire and Hurricane. Although yes, the Spitfire has elliptical wings. Sometimes if it's head on, it's not always easy, but you can see the wings there, the profile, quite flat. The Hurricane on the left, the Spitfire on the right, the way the wings dihedral where the wings start to curve upwards or point upwards. I think anhedra was the other way round, right? A new word I learned this year, or 2 words even. And we've got a couple of 3 Texans and 11 red arrows, all parked up millimetre perfect. And one thing I have noticed, I don't know if you've noticed in the background, there is a Typhoon in every hangar there, every hangar shelter. So that is something I didn't expect. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. It's about 12 Typhoons. Now, I know they have spares for the fly past. I get it, but to have more than what I thought they were going to have by a lot, it's well, you might get something special over in London. Oh. Let's go and miss it.
Apparently they're carrying more than €4. You need more, don't need double digits for that.
Yeah, no, that's why
It is starting to rain, like tradition. Usually rains on the fly past and starts to play havoc with worrying fans. Oh, I'm alright. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. Thank you. It's a bit windy up here now. So if you just joined us, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, live here for the King's birthday fly past preparation, departures and or arrivals and anything else that happens in the meantime. Goodness me, that is it's pretty blowy up here. I can't imagine it too long now for our first startups. So we've got 11 red arrows, we've got about 12 Typhoons, 3 Texans, a Spitfire, Hurricane, and I believe a C-47, which is just round the corner from the hangar. And congratulations to Bex, who is one of a Ted Coningsby member who's getting a flight today. She was featured on the One show yesterday. So Bex Harvey, I hope I got your surname right, sorry, memory. Bex, congratulations on what you're doing. Who's battled through and kept going. A true, you know, a testament to those that go through storms and get through the other side. So well done, Bex, and enjoy the flight. Go. Entered service with the Royal Air Force in 1974 and converted from the fallen Nat in 1979. This was our original Red Arrows. It's had a bit of battle damage through the years, but the fallen Nat, this is what they were flying. And for those that like to know the history, tune into our stream, because the Yellow Jacks flight of 5 in their aerobatics. Yes, the Red Arrows were just for a few minutes, they were actually yellow, but it was decided that yellow doesn't look as good as red in our usual grey and wet skies of Britain. So 1964, when they formed, with promoted to squadron leader Lee Jones from the Yellow Jacks display team. The fallen Nat entered service with the Royal Air Force aerobatics team known as the Red Arrows. So it was a name that was all amalgamated. The Royal Air Force decided to amalgamate and just have one supreme team. 1964, and getting together their first ever public display in May the 5th. Well, actually, it was a display for the press. It was their first display, not to the public on the 5th. It was really for a press release. It was their first ever display, though. But their first ever public display was on the 9th of May, 1965. I know, right? And after the success, 1966 season, they went in with having 65 displays in 1965, winning the Britannia Trophy, the Royal Aero Club's trophy. I know. And a new leader, team leader, was indeed squadron leader Ray Hanna, the legend, from 1966. And in mid-1966, after England winning the World Cup, they upped it from 7 to a 9. So they've been a 9 since 1966, not when they were formed. They formed as a 7, so they kind of go retro if you want to look at it. But of course, in 1979, it was time to bring in the legendary, the very manoeuvrable, very responsive Hawk T1A. There it is. And tune in to our this week's Waddington show that I did, and it will tell you the whole history. It even involves the Stuka. Powered by Rolls-Royces, tuned to the Red Arrows requirements to make it more responsive. It is a Ardeur Mark 151 Rolls-Royce engine, but it has been tuned up, delivering about 5,200 pounds of thrust. Can do 400 miles an hour from standstill to, let's say, 400 miles per hour in just under 2 minutes. Actually, can do over 40,000 feet of service ceiling. It's a very clever little manoeuvrable little jet, and a very good one. A 2-seater. It is a trainer. The ones at Valley are not like this. They're the T2s, and the ones at Leeming, they are a kind of T2, but as it's a Qatari Emirai Air Force, they are actually a Mark 167, but they are a T2. Longer nose on the T2. I do have a T2 with me actually somewhere. So we get to
Got some good shots of the Typhoon.
hear our Texan starting up. And Typhoon. There is a pilot in the Typhoon on the one we can see. So get ready, they should be starting up very shortly. It's about to get noisy. Push start, here we go. That was a call for startup. Again, for those that are new to aviation, whether civil, civilian or military, you cannot do anything without the clearance approval from ATC. You can't even start your engine. You can't do that. Even taxiing, everything is controlled. Even a vehicle, they're all controlled. So if you just joined us, don't forget to subscribe to your one and only Ted Coningsby channel. We are bringing you the Royal Air Force's wonderful Cosford Air Show, their official broadcaster for the air show tomorrow. So don't miss out on that if you can't make it. It is a sold out. Here we go. And if you've just joined us, welcome to the show. One and only Ted Coningsby channel. Don't forget to also visit our Ted Coningsby website for our for a bit of retail therapy as well. Right, so we've got our Texan started up. We've also got Typhoons just about to start up as well. Hawk entered service in 1974 with the Royal Air Force. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, bringing you live King's birthday fly past movements here direct from Ted HQ. Also a big shout out to number 17 Coningsby Air Cadets as well that are here. And off we go, we've got our first movement, which is the Beechcraft Texan T1 72 Squadron RAF Valley. What a moment for these two pilots, and just a huge congratulations to all those involved, all that work, everyone involved from ground to air, all involved in this wonderful, well, I mean, what an honour it is for these junior pilots to take part in the King's birthday flight. I mean, that's got to be a massive honour, surely. And the next aircraft for these pilots, unless of course it is a QFI in there, will be the Hawk T2, and then after that it's F-35B or Typhoon. Texans. I can also hear a twin Wasp. I can hear some Pratt & Whitney. Oh yeah, that can only be the C-47. Great moment for these two. Did I just say two? A great moment for these three. Oh dear, there's my age right there.
Another RML out to 3 and 1.
welcome to our King's Birthday special, our Troop in the Colour special. Looks to be a good day for us. And wishing you all happy viewing wherever you're watching from. And for those that are actually in London as well, I can hear the Pratt & Whitney R1830 engine, or engines, so I can hear them both purring away in the background. So that indicates our C-47 will be going out as well. It's the same engine as the B-24 Liberator, the Catalina, the P-36 Hawk, of course the C-47, the DC-3, DB-7, also the Grumman F4F Wildcat as well, Lockheed Model 18 Loadster, the Martin Maryland, the Martin M130, the Republic P-43 as well, the Lancer Saab 17 and 18, the Seversky P-35, even the Volti P-66 Vanguard. Vickers, there was a Vickers Wellington Mark IV, which is the one I was trying to remember yesterday. Only 220 of those made, serving with 460 Royal Canadian Air Force, Royal Australian Air Force at RAF Kimbolton, believe it or not. I know. A satellite station of Molesworth back in the days in 41. And here we go, and there's our Pratt & Whitney engines down. The C-47 in the Southeast Asia Command livery. Very rare to get this livery. This is the Bbmf's C-47 Dakota. again, you may notice the livery with the sort of traditional RAF blue and the light blue. It was done that way. It's the Southeast Asia Command. A lot of aircraft that were in the Pacific or Burma, in those regions in Asia, they would omit the red. Anything with red would mean the enemy. So to make it easier to not get confused with friends or foe, it would omit the red so it wouldn't get shot down. That was the whole point. And livery and markings make a lot of thought put into it. And there are not many Southeast Asia Command liveries about, and this is certainly one of probably just not even a handful really in this livery. But this is serial ZA947. Now, of course, that serial number doesn't really match its age, because they did have a bit of a story, because once it was constructed in 1942 by Douglas at Long Beach, California, it was delivered to the United States Army Air Force on the 7th of September 1942. And just a few days later, on the 16th of September, she was transferred under the Lend-Lease agreement to the Royal Canadian Air Force and redesignated as a Dakota 3. She was allocated to the Royal Canadian Air Force, and she had a serial number 661. She did spend her time serving entirely in Canada. She spent most of the years after World War II in Europe, though, with the Royal Canadian Air Force, and then operated in support of the Canadian forces from 65 to 69, when the aircraft was declared surplus to requirements. Now, for her next 23 years, the Dakota was operated by the British Royal Aircraft Establishment, the RAE. Initially, it was given the Royal Air Force designation. What they did, they kept the 661 and put KG, but then in the late 70s, it was realised that KG 661 was actually a thing. In fact, that serial number was actually involved in an accident and was destroyed, so there was a bit of an error. They reported it, and in July 1979 it was allocated to a more modern serial ZA947, which explains why we have this type of serial today. With the Defence Research Agency took over, the successor of the RAE declared ZA947 surplus and was offered for disposal in 92, and she ended up with the Bbmf in March 93. So she's a bit of a young bird in the Bbmf service history, shall we say, but she's not a young bird from when she was made. She is a very historic one, but length of service, she's quite new to the team. Very loud in just a moment, but not with that racket. Something a little bit more tastier, jet engines, and also Rolls-Royce, a bit of Pratt & Whitney, Pratt & Whitney. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 Pratt & Whitney engines going on. We've got 11, 12, 13 Rolls-Royce engines we're going to hear in a moment, and EJs, I don't know. EJ200s, I'm not sure how many we're going to hear in a moment. EJ200 engines, here we go. That's what you can hear in the background. Plenty of them. Okay, so our first departures any second now. Here we go. The Texans will start the show. Oh, that's a lovely shot, that. Oh, I love that. Will we get a triple departure, a formation departure from the Texans? Birthday fly past from Coningsby begins. Here we go. Squadron there operating and training our latest and greatest pilots from RAF Valley, and now it's going to get very loud over there. Typhoons galore. Now if you are your way, the car park is full. There is no more. There is a car park in the town. It's just £2 for the whole day. Actually, I don't know what the weekends are like, but I know the first 2 hours are free, and then it's £2 for all day. But it could be free. I'm not sure actually if it's free. But please don't park it just outside on the verge. It's very dangerous. Double yellow signs all over the place. Please do not enter. It will make this car park extremely dangerous. Thank you. So we've got all 11 red arrows here today. which is amazing. We've seen all 11 once before. I think it was at Bry's once, and we had 10 at Hull Beach once. Do you remember that with the rivet joint? That was a spectacular, unbelievable moment. The C-47, here we go. Yeah, a workhorse, a very important one, taking those brave airborne troops, which we've covered before on our Lost Airfields as well, many times. North with them. Troop Carrier Command of the 9th Air Force, the United States Army Air Forces as well. Goes. So that was our 4th departure. And yes, one of my fun facts is that the Dakota, the C-47, is exactly the same length, right, as an F-15E Strike Eagle. Amazing, isn't it? I couldn't believe it when I was just talking stats, and I just like, hang on a minute, 63 feet and 9 inches is exactly the same as an F-15. which is pretty amazing. Couldn't believe it. Absolutely incredible too. But obviously the wingspan the wingspan's not though. She's got a wingspan of 29.11 meters. That's 95 feet and 6 inches. Which is 42 feet and 10 inches on the Strike Eagle. It's a big difference there. But the length, I love that. I love that fact. I'd love to see them side by side. Okay, our next movement is the Typhoon, and I think it's the family version Typhoon, or is it? No, it's the FGR-4 Fighter Ground Attack Reconnaissance. Arrived here at Coningsby in May 19th of May 2005 with 17 Squadron. Now 17 Squadron, where are they, you may ask? Well, they still fly Edwards Air Force Base. They fly the F-35B, and they are the Test and Evaluation Squadron. I know, pretty cool, right? We do have a Test and Evaluation Squadron for the Typhoon. It is indeed number 41. Oh, we've got reds. We've got red arrows. Look at them. There they are. Hello. There they are, the famous, infamous red arrows. We'll get to... it's quite nice to see them, actually, on their, you know, just arriving, checking the aircraft. That is so cool to see. Oh, man. This is cool. I don't get to see this at Waddington, and I am absolutely excited. How cool is this? Yeah! On the main, look at this. Yeah. We have 11 red arrows. So for those wondering why there are 11 red arrows, that is actually how many red arrows that there are. There are actually 11 in total. Yes, you've got your traditional reds 1 to 9, but you've also got red 10, the supervisor, and also the officer commanding, which is this year, her first season, It's Wing Commander Sasha Nash. There is actually millions of There are millions of Typhoons that are going out by the look of it. Yeah. More Typhoons starting up. Does that mean 2.5 million Hawks? Yes, because in the Ted Coningsby world, 1 million equals 4. It really does, for those that know. No. So the red arrows will be parked up, and they are numbered 1 to 9. They're not actually physically numbered, but they are parked in their numerical order. In formation, you have odds on the left, even numbers on the right. So if red 1 is at the front, to his right, you're going to have 2, 4, 6, and 8. And to his left will be 3, 5, 7, and at the back is 9. Forming a diamond. Something like that. I still get to draw it out for you, actually. Here we go, our first Typhoon departures coming up. It's time to have some food time. Well, send it. £24,000 MT and £40,400 of thrust, capable of over twice the speed of sound.
going east. So going back over that way.
So did it fly past over the base?
No, forward that way.
Send it.
There you go, look alive, look alive.
This way?
We've got going groups of 3.
Massive shout out to all the ground crew who have made this possible. wing wave was a little bit spectacular, wasn't it? Very nice indeed. You just love a wing wave, and an aggressive one as well. Really good. That will go up there with our F-35 from Barham the other day. And more departures coming up, more Typhoons taxiing out for departure. So welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. Plenty of Typhoons now out into the skies, and there's a few more taxiing out. It's not over. Still got 11 red arrows. We've got a Spitfire and a Hurricane. Just not sure about the wind conditions for them though, but we'll see. Only they can decide. There's our squadron leader Ted Coningsby getting involved in the celebrations. Off he goes. He's doing his own fly past there.
Pictures than me. That'd be fine.
That's the base of the beautiful bassy sound of the Rolls-Royce Ardeur Mark 151, producing around 5,200 pounds of thrust. That's 638 miles per hour. You can get to speeds of 400 miles per hour from brakes release to just under 2 minutes. Great training aircraft. It can do it's from anywhere from its 40,000 feet service ceiling to low level for 400 miles per hour, 250 feet. Stationed at RAF Waddington since 2022. Okay, here we go, more Foons. Here we go. Send it.
Neat side of things.
We see him practicing all the time.
It's the afterburners.
Yeah.
So next, basically our red arrows. We've got 1, 2, 3.
What I will say is, his granddad was a navigator on Lancaster bombers.
So do I make that 9 Typhoons that have taken off? There is another canopy up.
I had family both World Wars. My great uncle was part of the Burma campaign.
So, anyway, we got our red arrows as well. The Spitfire and Hurricane are out. Not sure if it's too windy, because you may be at air shows, it's or for example like today, nice and calm where you are, but it all depends on where they're taking off from. If it's extremely windy, it could be raining, it's fine. It's the wind that's the issue. It's the obviously they're lighter aircraft, they're historical aircraft, they're irreplaceable. Okay, this sounds good. Here we go. Of course, there will be spares, so it could be 7 in the fly past with a couple of spares. There's usually 2 spares for these as well, and maybe some spares here as well perhaps. But here we go, our first red arrow movement coming up. There's the Circus 10, which I'm guessing that's the photographer as well. Usually is Circus 10. We'll remember Phil Dye, who I believe is at Valley now.
Hopefully they take off this mic. Got a car waiting behind you. There is a space there now, right?
Babsar, welcome to the show. Christopher, Neil, Dieter, Wendy, JD, Jane, Jeffrey, Simon Watchell, Aspen, Lorraine at Nomadic, John, Stephen, Dieter, Davey, Emma, all of you. Hope you're all good and well. Purple, what up? Margot, Edie Causa, Remco de Vray, Silver Trig. Good to have you all on the show. So we have our 9 reds. Look at this. That is a shot.
Oh, my 22nd birthday as well.
So we've got another 2 Reds as well getting ready. Or at least one. Yep, both of them getting ready. There's another 2.
It's just out there. It's happening for my birthday again.
Claire, Abby, Rosa, Righty, Christopher, Neil, JD, Babsar, welcome. Hope we're all good and well. There's another. So we're going to have 11 in total taking off. There are, of course, the Red 10 and the officer commanding, Wing Commander Sasha Nash. And if you just joined us, welcome to the show. Just a quick flight checklist for your fly past checklist for the channel. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Click the like button. Let's get more viewers in and more involved. And of course, if you are tuned in and enjoy military aviation, this is your channel. Don't forget to subscribe. It is free. Hitting the like and of course subscribing is absolutely free. Come and join us. And so you don't miss out on the latest and greatest live streams and videos, you can hit the notification bell button. We do post regularly. And for the and as usual, there won't be a shorts on Sunday tomorrow as we are live at Cosford Air Show. Full focus. You can still wear your shorts tomorrow, but there won't be our regular shorts, our short Sunday like we do. But tomorrow, day off from shorts, but you can wear them if you want to. See ya. So while the Reds are just out of sight, we've got 2 more. We've got our Red 10 and the OC. We are doing both days of flying at Cleethorpes, the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you want to know where we are, go on our website, tedconingsby.co.uk, click No Teds, and you will know where we are for events. Look at this. Oh, oh. So this is what I mentioned at Cranwell with regards to the rehearsal. It is just a rehearsal. That's not all the aircraft that's participating. You usually get more. This is a prime example. So we've got about £46,000 of thrust in total with all of these here, roughly. the Typhoon, 40,400 pounds of thrust with reheats combined with both the engines. Amazing, isn't it? Equivalent to about 8 Hawks in power. Anyway. So, for our Brighty fans, Brighty will be on the right towards the back. He's number 8 this year. Watching the fly past, he'll be in that position, number 8. Leading the way is Bondi, Red 1, the team leader. Based at Waddington since 2022. He started life at Little Rissington, into Kemble, Fairford, Cranwell, Scampton, back to Cranwell, and then Waddington. Something like that. First display in the UK, 15th to the 16th of May 1965, and that was at Biggin Hill. And now look at where we are. And there was with 7 fallen Nats. It took mid-1966 to add another 2, and it could be the fact that they took their first ever public display on the 9th of May 1965 in France. Got Eclat as their squadron motto, or unit motto. They are a regular unit. Aerobatics team. Just trying not to get bashed about by the wind. Here we go. Let's ride.
I think they're going 5 and 4 by the looks of it.
Yes.
Looks like 5 and 4. It's like the technical team.
spectacular. And now it's time to tune in to watch the fly past. But we are not going anywhere. We're going to go and grab a cup of tea and wait for our Typhoons to return and our Dakota. But in the meantime, we could be getting a couple more departures from Red's number 10 and the OC.
Red 10's job is to photography the red arrows. There's that one display.
Right, let's see what we got. So yeah, so don't forget for those tracking the red arrows on their flight trackers, there is no requirement for all aircraft in formation to have their ADS-B out on. Okay, that makes sense. It's just usually you either get one, you might see a second one, but usually aircraft information will just suddenly just disappear because there's only the one that needs to really keep the ADS-B out switched on. Thanks a lot, Jill. May I just say, brilliant, thank you very much. So the other two, so Red 10, that's our supervisor. Also can take a photographer as well at the back. So that's one of our, that's one of them now. I'm not sure, I think the one on the right, obviously, by looking at the pilot, because one will be female, because the OC is female. She is Wing Commander Sasha Nash. So Officer Commanding Wing Commander Sasha Nash, I believe she's the one on the left, and on the right is Red 10. So for those who don't know, the Officer Commanding literally is responsible for the Red Arrows team, who deliver the soft power capability in support of national interests at home and overseas. Now the role of Red 10 and his first season in this role, his role is supervisor. So during that he will also be supervising for safety. We've actually, for the first time I've ever seen this, seen a practice display with Red 10. I've never seen that in my life. You can have a look at this. I've put rare red arrows, and it is rare. I've never seen it before. I'm not saying you'll never see it ever again. It's probably more common than I think, but I've never seen it before as a practice to actually see the reds. Actually, funny that I think Ted's flight with the red arrows included Red 10 in with that. Believe it or not, I thought that was quite interesting. So yeah, he's the supervisor. Can also take a photographer out there, and that's what the other two do. So in total, you do have 11 red arrows in total, but you've got traditionally the 9. But this year, for the 2026 season, you've got 7 in the displays and 9 for fly pass. About to go past on the bus. We will wave. Yes. And we just wave. Yeah, I quite like those shots as well. I thought they were good. So just gotta wait now for their for the return. In the meantime, how we doing? Hope we're all good and well. Let's have a little catch up. I'm gonna go and grab some tea in a moment. Let's catch up with all of you. Thank you so much, all of you, for the support. It's been absolutely incredible. Ted's going to try and not get blown off because his flag's going to turn into Ted being all patriotic. He's a Lincolnshire bear. There's Ted. How you doing, mate? Enjoyed that. Ted looks really proud, bless him. I love that. He's so proud. And John Tyra, high five. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Guard march to you. And Super LL MG63, high five and a guards march. Thank you for joining the Ted Coningsby Squadron as well. This is massive respect. We got Oops for Science, high five, guards march as well. Thanks for joining. Janet Cook as well, high five, guards march. Thank you for joining our squadron. Lovely to have new members. It does help as well. Our channel does support it. Jeff Pickett as well, high five, guards march. Thank you for joining the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Margot, thanks a lot for the super, guards march. Megan Ambrose, high five, guards march. Thank you for joining us, Megan. Guards march. Claire H663, high five. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron as well. Oh, that's so kind of you, all of you that are supporting the channel. And Gary, thank you so much. High five, paw pump and a salute there with a fly past for gifting 10 Ted Coningsby memberships. A guards march for you. Thank you so much for that. And I've just seen now that Gary's gifted another 10. So with a paw pump there and a salute and a fly past for Gary for gifting another 10 Ted Coningsby memberships. Thank you so much for that. Alan Gates with 31 months membership, also part of our Fighter Squadron. We've got 3 levels of membership in Fighter Squadron. Thank you so much. What a great community, planes, people, bears and Ted Nation. Alan Gates, high five and a paw pump there. Thank you so much for gifting 5 Ted Coningsby memberships. A salute there for that as well. Guards march to you. Joshua Brown with 21 months membership. Good morning, TCS family. Ready for the boons. Oi, oi. Alan Burden, congratulations on your 36-month milestone. Oi, oi. Can I just say a massive thanks to everyone for the support over the last 3 years. Alan Gates, thank you very much for your super. A guards march. Gary, thank you very much for the super as well. Guards march to you. Gary, thanks again, gifted another 10 memberships, high five, paw pump, a salute, man, and a fly past for gifting 10 Ted Coningsby memberships, guards march. And we've also got Gary again, so Gary E3Y, high five, paw pump, a salute and a fly past for gifting another 10 Ted Coningsby memberships. Thank you so much, Gary, that is absolutely ultimately kind of you. For that is absolutely massive support, and I believe you are part of our Fighter Squadron as well. Gary Lockton, thank you very much for 32 months. Oi, oi, have a great weekend. James Connolly, thank you. Oi, oi. James Connolly N9J, thank you very much for your super. Morning, Ted, Nicholas and everyone. Wolfman, how you doing? David Wolfman Wells, who's also part of our Fighter Squadron, celebrating 40 months. Looking forward to seeing the Red Arrows in a little over a week here in the States. Oh, lucky you. We're looking forward to seeing him tomorrow on display as well. Dave Forrester, thank you very much for the super. A guards march to you. Nick C, high five. Thank you very much for that super chat. Hope the weather stays favourable for the fly past tomorrow. Guards march. Mark AH with 26 months membership. Have a great stream today, Nicholas and Ted. Thank you very much. Nick C1711, high five. Oops, sorry, it's today, not tomorrow. I thought that, but hey, I'll just read it how it is. And we've got 2 more Hawks Red Arrows starting up. Guards march. James Beatwell with 40 months membership. Guards march to you. James Beatwell, a high five, paw pump, a salute and a fly pass for that super chat. Thank you so much, James Beatwell. Thank you very much for bringing this wonderful day to us. You're welcome, James. That's James Beatwell there. Silver Trig with 39 months membership. Oi, have a great weekend. Nikos, Ted and TCS, 39 months there. Richard Joy, 41 months. Still loving the channel. Thanks for all the hard work. Sandy Bailey, high five. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Guards March. That is the sound of the Rolls Royce starting up, Teddy. Yeah, Dylan Cobb. God save King Charles III. Thank you very much for your super chat. High five and a pull pump. Christian Holtz, high five, pull pump, and a salute fly past for gifting 10 Ted Coningsby memberships. Can I just say, wow. Christian Holtzel, watching from Germany, a Guards March to you, Dankeschön. Righty, thank you for your 39 months. Oi, keep up the good work. Ted, oh yeah, time flies. Oi, PCC. Matt Frosson, thanks a lot for the super. Love the channel and what it stands for. Absolutely. David Duff with 32 months membership. Ooh, 32 months of education. Matthew Hayes, thank you so much. High five, Paul Pump, for that super chat. Hi Nick, can you say hello to Jane Hayes West, Midlands, #1 Red Arrows fan? Cheers, mate. You're welcome. Charlie Bravo, thank you very much. 37 months. Fritz, 25 months. 25, Paul Manate. David Duff, thank you very much. Guards March, thanks for the super. See you at Cosford tomorrow, Nikos. Wee Stevie Boy, thank you very much for the super as well. Gary DeVench, member for 25 months. Happy Saturday from Blowy Coningsby. Absolutely. Patching the Fence, 22 months. Oi oi. Aaron H with 22 months. Oi oi. Simon Watchorn, high five. Guards March, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Emma Portlock, thanks for your 34 months. Babsar, high five. Guards March, thank you so much for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership. Sharon Chapman, high five as well. Thanks a lot for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership. Catherine Burkett, celebrating 35 months, nearly 3 years. We've got Darren Harwood with 39 months, Royal in it. Vicky Wassell, celebrating 36 months. Oi, oi, what a great stream this has been. Guards March, thank you very much for your 3 years. Wow. And Sharon Dinsley, member for 19 months. Great streaming again, Nikos, thanks. You're most welcome. Right. Bow, bow, bow. Right, so what we've got now, we got 2 red arrows on start up there. The OC, I think it is. I think it's the OC, I would imagine, because that's what's left. They're the remaining 2 more reds. There are 11 for those that missed it. There are actually 11, the OC and Red Ted. Actually, you could say there's 12 with Red Ted. It was probably flying with them somewhere. Oh yeah, I love that, that's cool. What's that, buddy?
Well, brilliant silhouette.
Oh, nice one. Thank you very much. Cool. Right, I'm going to go and grab a quick cuppa, just really quickly. To wait for me to get my tea up here. Brilliant. Literally just came up here and brought my tea up. There we go.
Rest wait for no
Right, so what we've got now, lost to hear myself there. Right, 2 more to go. So the OC and the supervisor, they're not actually part of the fly past for those concerned. They could also act as spares as well. Saying that, we do have a Typhoon on startup as well. So you never know what's could be an engine run, who knows? So there will be spares, so some of the Typhoons may head back, or maybe they were here on standby, but usually we get 2 spares that go up and come back. So look out for that. There's always something going on here with us, so we're all good and well. Sylvia King, how you doing? Hope you're good. Fat Purple Margot, how you doing? Got Luke M, how you doing? What up? Sylvia King, thank you very much. Simon Watchorn. Right, so get ready. We've got 1 Typhoon on startup, and that's it. But it could be an engine run, who knows? We'll find out in a minute. Unless it's required, we'll find out. So it looks like they're all running in now for the fly past. Looks like it's all set. So you got 2, so you can see 2 Typhoons in the tow line 9, which is air-to-air refuel area number 9, just off the coast of Lowestoft, out towards Great Yarmouth that way. You've got 2 Typhoons. They look like the spares, so we should expect them to come back very shortly. They're running in now for the fly past towards London. Enjoy. Yeah, that's a ground run. So yeah, that's definitely a ground run. Otherwise that'll be taking off by now. Oh! Woo! Come on. The Red Arrows now have EJ200 engines. That sounded so funny. I was hoping it would still sound God. the red arrows are now electric. Look, can you hear that? Right. You know, without saying let's make some noise, well, this kind of wins. So there we go. So the Chinook will probably start the fly past very shortly as the others catch up. Looks like the Reds will finish the fly past. They're currently just south of Woodbridge. I'll just check on our spare Typhoons, who look like they are heading, but it looks like possibly three spares. So we'll see.
Couple of Typhoons on their way back. There'll be something back. I don't think there's any displays today.
T-shirts, teddy bears. Don't forget to have a bit of retail therapy on our online store. Just one of many patches and ideas on our channel, and types of merchandise, from patches to clothing, key rings, key tags. Visit tedconingsby.co.uk for the latest and greatest merch. We've got some new patches that are out, Lake and Heath inspired ones. This is our amazing special ops patch inspired by Who Dares Wins, I think. But there we go. All our patches are made beautifully by Squadron Prints. They do come with Velcro, so you can sew that on. Do your absolute worst. If you're anything like me, it looks like something that Frankenstein did, but then you can always hide it by just popping that on there like that. Look, it looks like you did a brilliant job. That's what I love about that. Right, let's get on the show. I haven't been on yet. How we doing? Hope we're all good. Mind you, it's been busy, lots to see, lots to do. The Hurricane and the Spitfire have been put back. How are we doing? Look at the hair, it's all right, surviving the wind. Mind you, it's blowing from behind me. I've had to put this on, man. We've got hoodies as well, if you like hoodies as well. My name's Nikos, I'm your cameraman, historian and commentator. There's been lots going on. Looks like the Typhoons are heading back, yeah, it's just been brilliant, isn't it? It's always nice to do this, you know, to catch everything that goes on. It's all nice to see the fly past, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it's quite nice to go to Ted's home and see all the stuff that goes on, all that hard work and effort of the ground crew. So you get a bit of both. You can see the fly past on one screen, see all the preparations on another. Once the fly past done, you can see all the work that comes back from there. But yeah, how we doing? Hope we're all good. Welcome to a station that was built in November 1940, of the 4th of November 1940 to be exact. And it was indeed the Handley Page Hampden with 106 Squadron. That's right, 106 Squadron were the first to operate here. Don't know if I've got time to give you all the history today, but we even had Wing Commander Guy Gibson here. There were Manchesters here. So 23rd of February of 1941 were the first residents here with 106 Squadron, and joining them a couple of months later in April March was 97 Squadron with the Avro Manchester. And for those that know, will know what happened to that. That turned into the Lancaster, but it was grounded many times. Unbelievable. They lost about 25% of the 202 that were made. So that's what, 50? About 25%, 50 on accidents, I know, because of the engines that were causing the issues, but that's for another time. I'm going to check now to see if we've got our Typhoons on recovery. Recovery, don't worry if you're not too phrase savvy, don't worry, I always give you the meanings. So on recovery means RTB, which means return to base, which means coming back. And indeed they are not too far, probably about 5 mics out, or 4.95 mics out.
Reds are coming back towards us.
Yeah, red 10. Oh, low approach, here we go. So that's good, we're going to get something going on here. We've got red 10 doing some training. Low approach, we've got 2 of them. Here we go.
Yeah, they've just come round.
Yeah, red 10's doing training, that's why.
Look at this. There's a steep angle. Look at this.
Nice low pass.
Did they do build a tower?
At the moment, right ground there is one Typhoon set back towards us.
No, I was waiting to see what first. Look at this way down there.
We've got some nice back there down there.
So now it's got a bit of Typhoons coming back. They've just flew over Brooklyn now. Yeah, should have got.
cool. So, Officer Commanding Wing Commander Sasha Nash just joining up with Red 10 now, and we've got our Typhoons on recovery. Very shortly we'll be here. I hope you've enjoyed today. It's been great fun, and that lovely wing wave that we had from our Typhoon here at Coningsby.
They gave these very red, white, blue. Red arrows just to the fly past the Heathrow.
And thanks a lot for those that tuned in today to see all the movements from Coningsby. Don't forget, we are officially streaming the Royal Air Force Cosford air show, and I was very delighted to see our link being promoted on the RAF Cosford Air Show website. I was like, wow, that's a massive achievement for me. I'm very proud of that. On my little channel. Right, who we got? Made in 4 different countries: left wing Italy, right wing Spain, the middle fuselage, middle section made in Germany, front section cockpit made in Britain, rear components comprised of a mixture of Italy and Britain. That is the airframe. Also the consortium of the 4 countries making up Eurojet, the engines times 2 EJ200 engines. Oh yeah. The Typhoon's airframe is 85% of composite, which is what only 15% of it is actually metal. Which a lot of that, the titanium foreplanes, the little wings at the front on the nose, the radome, the nose is actually made of a fiberglass. It's got to be transparent to protect the performance, optimized performance of the radar. Typhoon's battlefield survivability, they're all getting upgrades on their active electronically scanned arrays. Don't worry, tune into our Coningsby streams in the future for absolutely everything about the Typhoon you want to know. Any questions, what this does, what each component are, talk to me, I'll give you the answer. Unless it's classified, of course. Whereas Ted and I will probably end up disappearing. Right. Yeah. You know how it is. Right, what's going on here? We subsided or something. Oh, right. Oh, we're going over here.
I'll do a camera shot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Your commentary absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Glad you enjoyed. Two mics.
Oh, they're all on their way back.
Oh, here we go. Just the rest on recovery. Here we go, a nice two ship coming up.
There you go. Two shot.
That reminded me of like low-level action, that one. Pretty cool, wasn't expecting that. That was nice. Nice little fly past for us there, wasn't it? I think someone was quite happy with them. Two coming from this way.
Two from coming that way.
There you go. Up there.
Should be quite a few behind us now.
Two.
Going to be a lot of foons in the sky coming back on recovery now, so let me just pick a few. Yeah. Oh, lovely whistling sounds when that is. Lovely break there.
One final get up.
Woo! We're getting battered here by recoveries here. This is great. This is what we want. Just so what an absolute buzz these pilots right now are feeling after flying over Buckingham Palace. Although the first two could be the spares, but still, anyway, for those that flew, not just at Coningsby, for all those involved as well, but first of all, for the pilots, that must be a buzz, and secondly, for all those involved, from those that managed the fly paths and to clear the airspace, air traffic controllers, the ground crew, to make this actually happen so that each aircraft was serviceable. Aircraft already on standby, spares. It didn't look like or sound like there were any issues. So, fantastic stuff. Oh no, I missed the bullshit. Oh well, never mind. Oh well. Well, what a lovely end to today. It's been incredible. Well, there we go. That's a wrap for the Ted Coningsby channel. Margot, thank you very much for the super guards march. James Beatwell, high five. Paul Pump, a salute and a fly past for the guards march. Thank you so much for gifting 10 Ted Coningsby memberships. That's absolutely amazing. Sylvia King, thanks a lot. High five for that super chat. Thank you so much for that support. And Sylvia King, guards march as well for your 27 months. What a beautiful day, Teds. Absolutely well said. Martin Hossel, high five and a guards march. Thank you for joining the Ted Coningsby squadron. Thank you so much. Right, Ted, it's time to go. We're now off to we're now heading for Cosford. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Ted and I are now on the road again. You may see us on the way to Cosford. And, well, did you enjoy that? That was great, wasn't it? Something, of course, that we normally do every year. It's been an absolute pleasure. So everyone involved, all the Royal Air Force, a big salute to the Royal Air Force. Thank you, and big congratulations and a big shout out to all those involved in that fly past, all personnel, not just here, everywhere, but of course, RAF Coningsby, thank you so much. Red Arrows, thank you as well, and of course, Valley as well. Thank you for that. Bbmf. You know how it is. Ladies, gents, teddy bears, all our members and viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. That was absolutely brilliant. Ted and I are going to hit the road now, and you may see the Tedmobile on the road on our way to Cosford. Off we go. We are the official live streamer of Cosford 2026, and I hope you've all enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So, ladies, gents, teddy bears, my name's Nick. I've been your cameraman, a little bit of history and commentator. This is Squadron Leader Ted Coningsby. Hope you've enjoyed it. So, for the last time for today, it is see you soon. I wish you well. See ya. Right, hit the button, Ted. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Hello. Oh yeah, ladies, sheds and teddy bears, welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel membership. I'm Nikos, I'm your cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Just want to say a massive thank you to all our members. Guns up, and oh yeah. Take it away, Ted. Ladies, sheds and teddy bears, we want to say a massive thank you to all of our subscribers for getting us to where we are today. We have gone all over the country, from as far as Lossiemouth to Bryce Norton, and military areas such as air weapons ranges, low flying areas, heritage centres and special flights for TED 2. We cannot do this without your support, and your support will be rewarded. You can now join the Ted Coningsby Squadron and help fund the channel to get us around the country and provide us with the funds for equipment to bring you better content too. We have 3 levels of membership to suit everyone. With your membership, you'll get access to members only videos, photos, posts, unlock special Ted Coningsby YouTube emojis and loyalty badges, as well as being able to access our exclusive members only Discord server. All membership levels reward you with discounts to our online store. Our top level fighter squadron was inspired by many of our fans who supported the channel massively. This is more of a personal experience with me and Ted, giving you exclusive live streams and content from behind the scenes photos, special info and updates, as well as a free Ted Coningsby Fighter Squadron patch for joining. Whichever membership level suits you, we want to say a massive thank you for choosing to join the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Ah, yeah.